From around rupees 57,000 crore earlier, the Indian government's outlay for the production-linked incentive or PLI scheme for the auto sector has now come down to around rupees 26,000 crore, a cut of more than 50%. Importantly, the focus of the scheme has shifted to electric vehicles and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, ignoring 98% of the current Indian vehicle market. The reasons given by the government for keeping internal combustion engine or ICE vehicles outside the purview of the scheme appear genuine. Since ICE is an old technology, there is no need to incentivize. What we are not manufacturing today, electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, but will be there in future, need to be incentivized, said Arun Goyal, Secretary, Ministry of Heavy Industries. Besides vehicles, there is also the focus on advanced automotive technologies. The share of these advanced technologies, such as sunroofs, electronic power steering system, and adaptive front lighting, is 18% within the ICE market globally. But in India, this share is just 3% because India largely still imports technologies such as sunroofs. So, the scheme will incentivize local production of such technologies. However, a recent Business Standard editorial pointed out that the government statements clearly indicate a focus on import substitution and bringing supply chains to India. But that should never be a direct government objective. It should be achieved by improving business conditions so that purchasers choose to transact with local manufacturers. Industrial and trade policies should integrate further with global supply chains, not disassociate from them. This attitude will leave the private sector unproductive, drain the public exchequer, hurt consumer welfare, and do nothing for India's growth trajectory. Plus, the Indian auto industry is fairly effective in responding to demands from automakers. There is no dearth of R&D and capital. So, if India doesn't have manufacturing capabilities for advanced automotive technologies, it may be a problem of lack of demand. Let's look at the contours of the new policy, which will run for 5 years starting FY 22-23. The scheme is categorized into two. The Champion OEM Incentive Scheme will be for manufacturers of battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, while the Component Champion Incentive Scheme will be for advanced automotive technologies that are used in modern tech-enabled vehicles. Both are sales value linked schemes. Let's also look at the eligibility criteria for the two schemes. Considering the scheme's new focus areas, leading automakers in India in the ICE segment are unlikely to benefit from it. This drew mixed reactions from industry veterans. Consider this, the PLI scheme was meant to draw Indian automakers into the EV segment, but R.C. Bhargava, chairman of Maruti Suzuki India, has said that his company has no near-term plans to enter the EV segment, adding that the decision will be based on market conditions and affordability for consumers. So clearly, the bottleneck for transformation from ICE to EVs lies elsewhere. Outside the PLI scheme, automakers have been asking the government to defer the transition to more fuel-efficient cars, citing slow consumer demand and the pandemic as a difficult time for the industry to make the switch. Bajaj Auto Managing Director Rajiv Bajaj also wasn't enthused by the scheme's changed direction. Meanwhile, S.S. Kim, MD and CEO of Hyundai Motor India, welcomed the PLI scheme for the auto sector. India's EV market is mainly growing in the two-wheeler and three-wheeler segments. The penetration of EVs in the four-wheeler segment has remained extremely low at 0.1%. And India is yet to have its first hydrogen fuel cell car. So, the PLI scheme will have a lot of ground to cover in 5 years.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.